Hi crafty peeps, it's Deb here from Creative Life, and today I'm going to go ahead and do a tutorial on the card box that I have been doing a video on, showing you guys how I made these card boxes. Tamara from Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations and the owner of countrycraftcreations.com store, she actually did a video in our Facebook group showing us how to make this box. This was my first one that I made, and this one is the larger one, and then the second one that I made was a little smaller, and then here's the lid. This was a recipe box that I did for my daughter, and I did use magnets on it for the closure, and I just did a waterfall on this side here, and then stuck the recipe cards right here in this little area, and then this just comes down like that, and then here I did like a little notepad and made a little matching pin, and then did another couple of recipe cards to go inside, and then I left this blank on the back so she can add more cards to the back if she wanted to. With this recipe box, the pocket inside, I actually did a punch, so I punched that out, and so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to make this. So let's go ahead and get started. So what you're going to need is you're going to need your scoreboard, you're going to need your trimmer, and you're going to need 2 sheets of 12 by 12 cardstock. So I have 3 here, but you just need 2. And I'm just using Cartabella cardstock from Country Craft Creations store. So I'm sorry that it took me a little bit long to do this tutorial. I just been like super busy between starting my new job and design teams and stuff. So I just wanted to say thanks for waiting and being patient. I really appreciate it. And I want to apologize now to let you all know that my dogs are walking back and forth. So if you hear a lot of little tapping sounds, it's my dogs running. So they're playing. So I'm going to go ahead and scoot the camera down just a bit. Okay, there we go. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is cut our paper. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and move my scoreboard out of the way. And you're going to need to cut your first sheet at 11.5. Okay. Now, if you have, what is it, 11 by 8.5 paper, you can do that too. You can use that as well. So you want to cut it at 11. Oh, I just messed up. So that was a 10.5. Okay, well, we're going to turn it over this way. So we're going to cut it at 11.5. Okay. So there we go. Okay. We're going to do that. 11.5 by 6. So this is the part where we're going to do it this way. Okay. So, as I said, your first 12 by 12 sheet is going to be cut at 11.5 by 6. Okay. So, then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and grab our scoreboard. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and score it at 5 and at 6.5. Okay, and this is actually your book. So you're going to go ahead, and if you want to, you can go ahead and do the other side too, so it's easier to kind of varnish down, fold. So, okay. Alrighty, so there's your book. So that's the first part of our book, okay? You're going to use ribbon as your closure, okay? Now, I am going to use this. This came in, Tamara sent me this from her shop. So gorgeous. And I just think with the design paper I'm going to use, it's going to look gorgeous. So I'm using the new Bo Bunny Sweet Moments collection, and I did a video on this the other day. So if you haven't seen this collection, you want to take a look at that video because it is simply gorgeous. So there's a lot of pretty papers in here. I mean, look at that. That is just simply stunning, and I just love it. So I had to use this. So I thought that would be really fun for this tutorial. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. So I need to find the middle of that. Okay, so I want to go ahead and put my glue here, right underneath this part. Okay. And I really like this little pocket book. I mean, it has so many various uses. I mean, little recipe album, a little brag book, you know, a little album for, you know, grandma, or, I mean, and for Christmas, oh my gosh. You know how you can just whip these out in a day and, you know, have it ready for Christmas in no time. So you can make a few of these actually and have it ready to give out. So, I mean, they're just so super cute. And I think the one thing that I like the best is this little lid. That is just so cute. So, love that. So, yeah, sorry if you hear me snap my fingers. I'm snapping my fingers at my dog. It's Daisy. She is a basset hound. And she is very vocal. So, okay. So the next thing we're going to do is now you can go ahead and decorate your little booklet. And you know, it was I just went ahead and covered, I just used one single layer for all around my book. I didn't do, you know, a whole lot of layers or anything, but you can do whatever you'd like. Since we know that our measurements is 5 here and 6 here, you can go ahead and cut your papers at like 4 7/8, okay, for the front and the back. So we'll go ahead and do that. And then for the other side, or for the middle here, we're going to go ahead and cut that at 1 3/8, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and cut those. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this. And I think I said, what was it? 4, I think it was like, what did I say it was? I think it said 4 7/8, right? Yeah, 4 7/8 by 5 7/8. So 4 7/8 is what we're going to cut here. Okay. By 5. By 5 7/8, I think is what we said. Is that right? I want to make sure I have it right. So 5, yeah, 5 7/8. I'm the type that I have to, you know, If I didn't write it down, so okay. All right, so and this part right here is actually going to go on my back, okay? My back end of mine. So I'm actually going to put this on the back side, like this, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. I just love this paper. Oh my gosh, so cute. So we're going to go ahead and glue that down just like that. Okay. All right, and then do the other side, I think. I think I might go ahead and I think I might use this for the middle part. So the middle part will be at 1, the middle part will be at 1 3/8 by, so 1 3/8. By the 5 7/8. Okay. And then we're just going to go ahead and you'll want the same measurements for the inside. So for the inside, you'll go ahead and do another strip, okay, at 1 7/8, and your same measurements here. So you'll need 4 of those measurements, okay. So again, I'm going to go ahead and measure this out. You know what? I think on that, I'm going to go ahead and use a different on the inside. So I want to go ahead and make this at 4 7/8. By 5 7/8. Okay, so that's going to be for my front. I'm not too worried about I'm going to cover it with other items from this collection. So that's why I stuck the candy jar on the back of the book, because I want to use some awesome items from this collection that I'm going to show you here in a bit. Okay, so there we go. So I don't know if I need any glue in there. Yeah, I do. Just a tad. And so there we go. So that's the inside of that. And then we're going to go ahead and do the We did the outside, so now we're just going to do the inside of that. And so here's a cut apart from this paper. And I will be right back. Okay guys, so I'm back. I wanted to go over how to make the pocket again, or how to make the pocket. So what we're going to do is you're going to need a 12 by 12 sheet of paper. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and get that, and we're going to go ahead and cut that at 10 So you're going to cut that at 10 inches by 7 1/8. So 7/8. 7 1/8, I should say. So 7 1/8. Okay. And then you're going to get your scoreboard. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and score this at 1 1/8. So 1 1/8 here. Okay. And we're going to turn it over and score it again at 1 1/8. Okay. And then you're going to go ahead and turn it long ways. And we're going to go ahead and score this at 6 7 1/8. So if you were doing a shorter box, then you would do it, you know, or for that shorter box that I did it at different scores. So the score lines were different. So okay, so we're going to go ahead and fold and burnish. Okay, and now after we get past this point, you're going to go ahead and cut in between these little lines here. And you know, you can cut however you like to cut your paper. If you like to cut it at an angle, I'm looking for my scissors. So I don't know where they went. Oh my goodness. So it's a good thing I have another pair of scissors. So I usually cut on each side of my score lines, and that kind of gives me a little bit of a gap for this, so they're not touching. So some people angle it, and but I do it this way, and it just works for me. But you can cut yours however you'd like. Okay. So you're just going to cut on either side of those score lines if you'd like. And my scissors are a little, I need to clean them off because they have like some adhesive on it or something. I can feel them like get like sticky. But I can't find my other Butterbee scissors, or my Cutter Bee scissors, I should say, not Butterbee. Cutter scissors. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and use your adhesive. Okay, and you're just going to go ahead and put that down on those little tags there. And then you're going to go ahead and lift up your flaps and put those right into the corner there. Okay, and I'm just burnishing them in so they stick to the glue. And then you're going to go ahead and fold that in. Now if you wanted a border, now would have been the time to do that. which I was going to do a border, but I didn't, so. So, if you want to do a border, that's great. If not, you just go on and you go ahead and glue the insides to the flap, the outside flaps. So you just do it like that. So, just like that. Alrighty. Okay, so now you're going to go ahead and do this here. Okay. And you can use, I use my little tool here to just reach inside the pockets to try to burnish those down. Okay. And there you've got your little card box, and that will fit right inside of your box. Okay, just like that. Okay, so now we just got to decorate the inside of your little book here. And I'm going to go ahead and use this. I really like that paper, it's so sweet. So I'm going to use that. And for these, it's the same size like we did with the other, the front and the back. So you're just going to go ahead and cut that at 5 7/8. Okay. And then again at 4 7/8. Okay, and that's going to fit right inside your book. Okay, and I'm going to do it one more time. So 4 7/8. Okay, and that's going to fit right inside of my book here, like that. Okay, and notice I'm only using one sheet of design paper to do, you know, for the front and the back. Or in the inside and the outside of the book. So I think we did 3/8, 1 3/8 here. Okay. And this is going to be for the inside seam. So, and then we did it at 4 7/8. Okay. So that. Oh, maybe I went too short. Okay, well then, I was wrong. So we're going to do 1, I know it was 1 3/8. So we're going to do like this. We're going to do 1 3/8 here like that. So that way I'm not wasting a whole piece of paper. So 1 3/8. I make mistakes, just like everyone else. So, I am not perfect. And I thought it was 5 7/8, or am I wrong? Yeah, it was 5 and... Oh, you know what? I think I cut it wrong. I cut it at 4, and so, okay. So 5 7/8. Okay. And that will fit right inside of our book like that. Okay, so we just got to glue those pieces down. And this Bow Bunny paper is just so beautiful. To say, I love it. That's okay if your glue comes out the sides there, you just take that away. Sorry if I'm out of camera, sorry. I'll push myself back up here. There we go. And I'm just laying down my papers. That's all I'm doing. Again, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you the measurements. So the measurements for the inside and the outside of your mats are going to be 4 7/8 by 5 7/8. Okay. Okay, so, and then this is 1 3/8 by 5 7/8. Okay. We're just going to go ahead and lay that there. Okay. Yay! And we're almost done. So now that we've got our box together, okay, I'm going to put some more glue right in through here. And we've got our box together. What I did was I just went ahead and measured each area. I didn't put anything on the back because that's what's going to be glued down here, okay? So I didn't put anything there, okay? So I just did the inside. I did the inside of the box here. I did this outside, and I did the outsides of the box. So that's all I did on mine. But you know, you can decorate your back if you want to. You know, it's your box. You do whatever you'd like to do. And okay. So, okay, so then now we're going to do the inside of the box. So basically, it's going to be the same thing. You're just going to measure. Now this is, I believe, at almost 1 inch, 1.5 inches, or no, 1 inch. So I'm going to go ahead and make my papers at 1 inch, and we'll see at 6. So we'll do 5 again, 5 7/8 by 1 inch, okay? And I think that's what I wrote down for my mats before. Yeah, I did 1 inch, and I'm going to go ahead and use this paper. I think this will be so sweet. So, okay, so I'm going to do 1 inch. Okay. So we'll see how that looks before I start cutting away here. Yeah, I think that's going to look great. So 1 inch here. Okay, so that means that 1 inch on the inside as well. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do 1 inch here, and 1 inch, and I think it was what, 5 7/8? 5 7/8. So 1 inch by 5 7/8. And I'm going to go ahead and do the inside first. So I'm just going to go ahead and push that up a little bit to the end there. And again, if you wanted to grab something to kind of burnish it down, you can do that. And if you want to ink the design papers you're using, go ahead and do that before you lay all your items down. Okay. And then for the back, to do the inside here, I measured the back. So that's going to be at 4.5. So we're going to cut that at 4 3/8. Or I'm sorry, no, it's not 4.5. It's 4 3/4. So we're going to cut that at 4 5/8. Okay. So 4 5/8 by, again, 5 7/8. So we're going to go ahead and cut that 4 5/8. By 5 7/8. Okay. And that's how I did my insert, like that. Okay. And then you just glue that down. So we'll go ahead and glue that down. Okay. And I just make sure it's kind of straight. There we go. And then I just pat it in place. Okay. And then for this, since we already have a sheet of paper that is, you know, already cut, we're going to go ahead and cut that at 1 inch. Okay. Oops. Oh, I found my scissors. Yay! They were buried. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and cut another piece. And I know this is silly, but okay, I'm being really picky. And I'm going to cut this piece off because I want this green and pink. So we're going to cut it at 1 inch again. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and put that on there, and we're going to cut it at 5 7/8. So you're going to grab both of your pieces, okay, and cut those at 5 7/8. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and glue those down right there. And told you all, I am a messy crafter. This is I have glue all over the place. So, and I'm scooting my stuff up. I didn't realize I was out of camera again. I apologize. So I will go ahead and put this down again. The measurements, we did 4 5/8 here by 5 7/8, and then we did 1 inch, okay, by 5 7/8. Okay, so those are the measurements that we've done so far. And you're not going to cover your back. I mean, you can if you want to, but there's really no need for it because you're going to glue that down. You're going to glue that back down. So that way it is glued, and it can hold all your items that you're going to put inside your little box. Okay, now how I did this one is I went ahead and measured it out again, and this time I lost my ruler. So, oh, there it is. Does anybody else have that problem, whether you lose things while you're crafting or it gets buried? It's a good thing that I have extra rulers too. I've got like 3 extra rulers. So, okay, so this measures just about almost at 2 and 2.5. So I think we're going to cut it at 2.5. Or no, I'm not 2.5. 2 3/4. So we're going to cut it at 2 3/4. Okay, we'll see how that goes. And by it's at 4 3/4. So we'll do 2 3/4 by 4 3/4. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So 2 3/4 by 4 3/4. So 2. Okay, so there we've got that. And I really like that little corner flower there. So cute. So I'm going to go ahead and put that there like that. And that works perfectly. So if you want to go ahead and do that, 2 3/4 by 4 3/4, that sits right on top of your box. Even if you have a border, I think, on that. Let's see. Now this is a smaller box, so I'm not quite sure if that would work, but you'll have to see. If not, you'll just cut your border down, or your sheet down a little bit to fit, you know, under that border that you did. So your border punch. So anyway, so yeah. So if you want to go ahead and ink that, you can do that now. Okay. All right, so there we go. So that is your insert, your pocket insert to your book. So, and like I said, you're not going to, you know, you don't have to do the back side because we're going to glue this down. I almost forgot to tell you, you can go ahead and do the bottom of this as well. And so that's going to be at 1 inch too. So we'll go ahead and cut that real quick. Let's see. So we're going to go ahead and cut that at 1 inch. Okay. And you're going to go ahead and just set that right down there. Okay, and I think that is at 4 3/4. So we'll go ahead and cut that at 4 3/4. Okay. Sorry, whenever I keep looking up at the camera, I keep squeezing a bunch of glue out. So I usually don't use that much glue, I swear. Honest. I keep looking up, and when I look up, my hand just squeezes the glue a little bit harder. So it's just popping out. So, okay, so there's our box. So, I think I had told you all that I was going to use some embellishments that I got from Tamara from Country Craft Creations that she sent me with this set. So, but first we're going to go ahead and glue our little box on, our little pocket, okay? And that's exactly what it's going to look like, okay? So, you're going to go ahead and put your adhesive on. Now, you can use whatever you'd like. You can use your score tape, you can use your regular glue, or whatever you use to put on your items, whatever you've been using. So, on this, you don't want it too far up on the edge there, but you do want to get it close enough to where, so it does close, okay? And you are going to have kind of like a little gap here on the edge of this, and that's what you want, okay? You also want your box to slide down a little bit, so you don't want it too high up there, so you want it down, okay? Kind of flush with the top, okay? And then you're going to go ahead and just press that down, okay, on the inside there with your hand, okay? So there you're going to have, like I said, a little lip here. It's going to be flush with the bottom, flush with your top, and it's not going to be all the way to that crease right there, okay? So that way it'll close. Okay? And there you go. So there's your box. So you can now embellish it however you'd like. We do need to make the top. So let's go ahead and get started on that. I want to show you real quick the embellishments that I'm going to use on this set. So here's some really super cute wood chipboard items from this set. Okay, and I don't know which ones I'm going to use, to tell you the truth. I don't know, because I never really know how I'm going to feel when I start decorating. So, and then there's this. Flowers are beautiful. And then there's some little swirlies that she sent me. And then this is just gorgeous. It is the vellum sheet that goes with this set. And it's absolutely stunning. So I will definitely be using some of these in this book. Okay, so there's that. So now we're going to go ahead and make the top for this. And what you're going to do is you're going to need 4 and 5. We're going to cut it at 4 5/8 by 8 1/8. So you know the scrap pieces that we had when we made the pocket or your box cover? Well, you can use one of those, I think. So we're going to go ahead and measure it out. So this right here is about 6 inches, and I know this is long enough to use. So we're going to go ahead and cut one of those pieces down, and we're going to go ahead and cut it at 4 5/8. Or actually, we're going to cut it this way, 4 5/8. Okay, because you want your short end to be cut. So 4 5/8. It's right there. Okay, so 4 5/8 by 8 1/8. So I need to go ahead and stretch this out a little bit. Okay, 8 1/8. So that's right there. Let's see. No, right there. Okay. Alrighty, so there we go. And then you're going to need your scoreboard, okay? So, now that we've got our lid cut, okay, again, it's 4, this way, 4 5/8 by 8 1/8, okay? So, we're going to go ahead and score all the way around at 1 1/2. Okay, at 1 1/2. And just so you know, you do want to go ahead and do all of your, or make your lid before you start embellishing. And the reason why I say that is because on this box, the lid does come down a little bit. And when I embellished my box, I went ahead and put the lid on when I embellished, because I wanted to know how far the lid came down so I wouldn't have stuff here up on the top so it wouldn't cover it. Okay, so just so you know. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put these one more time. Okay, so now you want to go ahead and fold it in. Okay, and then the other thing that I did, and you can do this if you want to, on my lid I used a cute little handle from Tamara's shop, but you don't have to. You can use whatever you like. And I think on mine this time, I don't think I'm going to use a handle. I'm going to go ahead and just decorate it with some flowers. So that's what I plan on doing. If you want to use a handle, okay, what I did was I went ahead and poked, I went ahead and laid this paper down here first, okay. I went ahead and poked my holes, or wherever I wanted my handle. I went ahead and marked it with my pencil, and then I got a hole, what do I want to say, like a really, I can't remember what those, the little hole poker thing. Hold on a second, I will find one for you. Here we go. An eyelet setter, okay? That's what we used. Hold on, what? I think I'm losing light here. Hold on. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what's wrong with my light. Hold on. Okay, so sorry, my light just went off on that side, on this side over here. So, oh, there it goes. Okay. So I used an eyelet setter. So this is what I used to make my holes. Okay, and then I went ahead and got my brads, and I attached my little doorknob, my little thing with the brads. And then what I did was, so that way they wouldn't show on the bottom part, I went ahead and cut a piece of paper and stuck it on the inside. Okay, so that's all I did, and it's pretty easy, you know. And the doorknobs that she has, the little latches are so cute. Oh, so yeah, so you have to go check that out. So again, you're going to go ahead and cut your lid little pieces here. You're gonna, so they can fold inward. So I cut mine on this side. Okay. But you can cut them here too, if that's what you want to do. It doesn't matter, as long as, I mean, it's all going to fold inward at like a little box. So that's how you're going to make your lid. Okay. And I apologize if I'm a loss for words tonight. Just got off work. I rushed home. And I went ahead and ate something real quick, talked to my daughter for a little bit, and then started the video. And then my video died, and so then I had to start over again. So it's been quite an evening. I've made. So, yeah, it's been quite an evening already. So it's been a long day, but I love crafting, and I've been wanting to make this for a while, and I wanted to use that Bow Bunny paper, so I'm like, ugh, had to get this done. I wanted to do it. So I love that paper. I'm going to be making some other things with that paper as well. So I will probably end up buying some more. So, yeah, so we're going to go ahead and just make your little box. You know, fold your lid in, everything. Okay. And you can cover the inside. I only did the inside of that one where the lid was. This one I did plain paper. So I just cut another piece of plain paper and stuck it on the inside. So, okay. Okay. So there you go. So there's your lid. So that is going to fit right over your box. Just like that. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and mat this down. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. And bring out my trimmer. Okay, I don't think I'll need all that, but and then I'll need my papers again that I did the outside with. So I'm going to go ahead and use this for the front of that. And I believe that these are 1 1/2 or 1 and, yeah, they're close to 1 1/2. So we're going to cut these at 1 3/8, okay, by 4 7/8. So 4 7/8. Okay, we're going to do that. By, is that right? 4 7/8 by 1 3/8, I think is what we said. Yeah, 1 3/8. So we're going to go cut that there like that. Okay, and I want to put that right on there like that. Okay, so I want to put that like that. Okay, just like that. So again, 1 3/8. And this will be for my back. So I'm going to go ahead and put glue on this one. And again, if you wanted to go ahead and get your papers, oops, if you wanted to go ahead and ink your edges, you can do that now. So I am going crooked here. Okay, so this glue does allow some leeway, some time for you to pick up your paper and move it if you need to, okay? Otherwise, if you don't do it right away, it does tend to dry really quickly, and you will have some issues with that, okay? It'll rip your paper, okay? So just to let you know, you do have a little bit of time with this glue before it actually dries. But it's like a few seconds, seriously. Okay, so there we go. Okay, and then for the top, go ahead and cut out some more paper here. I think for the top, instead of using that, I'm going to go ahead and use some of this one. This is another design from this paper. Actually, it's the back of this. So, I'm going to go ahead and use the back of that to go ahead and do the sides and the top. Okay. So on this, since I've already cut some of this part, I'm going to go ahead and use my little scraps here. Okay, and I think these are at 1.5 by 1.5, or by 1.5 by 3/8. So 1.5 by 3/8. So we're going to do that. 1.5 by 3/8. Okay, so let's see here. There's 3/8. And then 1.5. Okay. And that little square is just going to fit right in there. Okay. I don't know if that one, nope, we'll have to fit that one in there. So 1.5 by 3/8. And I think I'm just going to use the short end, so okay. So we're going to flip that over, and we're just going to stick that there like that. Now, I don't know if, I know some of you probably know this, but my daughter one time was on her way from work, home from work, and she was driving on this busy highway, and she had saw something fly across the road, okay, and it actually hit her car and bounced off of her car. So she pulled over and got out, and it was a kitten, okay? So she brought it to our house, and my girls, since they were little, oh my gosh. Yeah, see how it's not letting me pull it up because I wanted to scoot it over a little bit more. That's okay. That's all right. She brought home the kitten. We ended up keeping it because, you know, Mom and Dad can't say no. So, because he was homeless. And, you know, what do you do? Poor little guy. And, I mean, he just had a traumatic experience being flung out of a moving car and landed in the middle of a busy intersection or highway and hit my daughter's car as he was flying through the air. So I felt bad for him, and so we kept him. And so now he's running around, and that's what the dogs are chasing. So, because they like to play with him. And he is a good kitty, but I'm still not used to him jumping on everything, but he is very cute. So If you see him jumping and you see him walking across my screen, I apologize. So, okay, so now we're going to do the top lid of the lid, and we're going to go ahead and cut this at 5. And we're going to cut this at 1.5 inches, I think. So 1.5 by 5. So I want to make sure it's a 5. Yep. So we're going to cut this at 1.5 first. Okay. Oh, there they go. But that was my 2 dogs. That was my pug also. That's Lucy. By 5. She gets mad at Daisy a lot because she's older and Daisy wants to play, and Daisy bugs her to play, and she gets kind of upset about that. So she doesn't want to play. So we're going to go ahead and put that there. So she is about 9 years old, my little pug, and she's can't hear, and she's going blind. So yeah, so she gets kind of mad when Daisy bugs her. I can't blame her. She's old. She wants to rest. So okay, so there's our lid. There is the lid to our box, guys. So awesome. Woohoo! So there you go. So, and then we've got wrong. Oh, yep, that's right. Okay. So we've got our box to our lid, and we have our closure. Okay. I'm all thumbs right now. Okay, so there we go. So we've got the box, our closure, and there's our lid. And your lid seems kind of big right now, but once you get like your waterfall in here, if that's what you choose to do, or you have you either have a waterfall or a little notepad here, or if you choose to do something else, it does fill up. So, whoops, there goes all my stuff. So, yeah, once you fill it up, you know, you will have, you know, the room does, you know, it does take up room. So, once you fill it, it's great. So, yeah. Okay. So don't worry about the lid being too big, okay? If you wanted to do another pocket here, not like this, but let's say you wanted to just add like a little pocket for some tags, or some little mats for pictures or something, you could do that in this space, okay? But at this time right now, I am going to go ahead and leave you guys, and I'm going to go ahead and decorate this. I'm going to make another video when I'm decorating it, and then we will finish this up later. So, okay, I hope you guys like this video, and part 2 will be tomorrow night, okay? I'll talk to you soon. Bye!